Hello! Welcome to the stream, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, and welcome to the Resonite recap stream for the month of March. I'm Frixius. I'm here with some of our team members. We have like Aegis for content, Nexus handling the streaming camera stuff. We have Chrome over there. I don't know if you can see him, and we have Rue behind me, also from the content. So today will be Prime is unfortunately not available. He's usually like handling the presenter role, but he's on a well-deserved vacation, so I'm kind of filling in. So let's get started. So the month of March, like what we'll be doing, we'll be covering some of the stuff that happened during the month with like Resonite, some of the new features that were added, some of the features that are being worked on, some of the stuff that the content team has made, and just general kind of updates. So over the past month, we actually closed 60 GitHub issues. GitHub is like one of the things we use, to kind of communicate with the community, track like what issues are people having, what features they want to be added. There's been a bunch of them closed. If you go there, you can see all the details. So first, we have a number of content additions that were made by the content team. One of them is a new system for vehicle physics.
To put it in simplified terms, is it uses the same mechanics as what we use for characters. But instead of using locomotions, it uses force to move the car around, and using multiple different protoflux systems to kind of emulate how a car would work. You could potentially use it to make different vehicles like hovercraft, floating vehicles, or even like a flying car if you mess around with it enough.
Yeah, okay, so this is the video showcasing the vehicle system.
Show it.
I really like how bouncy it is, and I have like that kind of jet as well to speed up.
What do you guys think? Doesn't it look amazing?
So the other things that were also added with the content team is this one's kind of more a fun one, is the hair dryer. So people have they have dynamic bones on their avatars, they have hair, they have ears, they have clothing and so on. And what the hair dryer does is it essentially simulate CHS already has one already, so if you use it on me, you see it looks like my hair is kind of being blended by the hair. So the other thing that has also been added is this is already an existing tool, but the Skybox Sun tool has been added to Essential. So if you have your worlds and you lost the tool, you can just now spawn it out and you can use it to move the sun around. We know a lot of people really like the new the dynamic Skybox. So this should make it kind of easier to just if you need to control it in a world and you don't know where the tool is. So we're also mentioning teleportation system vehicle, and it's actually another thing that the content team has made is we've introduced the modular teleportation system.
So I'm going to spawn 2 of these. One I will spawn on this platform here. Just remove the tree for now, place it right here.
Okay. Yeah, so we got a swap teleporter. And I'm guessing that I just click on that, right?
Yep.
I should teleport over there. Okay, let's try it out.
Now, if you notice, Rue is right there standing on that teleporter. Now, keep that in mind. Now, click teleport or go to.
Ooh. Oh, hey. We see
who's
now over there. Hey, Rue.
So going on the next slide, on the next topic, this one's going to be a quick one, but also a fun one. This is one of the small features that's been added over this month, but one that's very powerful. So Resonite now supports particle brushes, and what essentially means, since Resonite has extensive brush system, you can create all kinds of drawings, you can configure them. You can now also set up those brushes with a particle system. And as I draw, and I can actually give you a showcase, the drawn mesh will start emitting particles. So as I start drawing something, you see how the mesh is emitting all these particles. The moment I draw, it's already emitting those particles. So if I open this up, what you can see if you go on the brush, so there's a particle system and there's the mesh emitter template, so you can kind of configure how the particles are emitted. So if I open the mesh emitter, I can, for example, say I want the particles to go along the direction of the mesh. So what I'll do is I'll just use the direction base, and this will give the particles direction based on the mesh geometry. So let me do this one. There we go, that's the correct axis. So we kind of
very
see
nice.
how the particles are kind of following along.
Like a river.
There's lots of effects. This is just one of the effects I can do with it. You can pretty much use any particle system you want. You can configure it in any way you want. If you clear out the material, you can tell the brush to just make the particle system. And I start drawing. You see, I only drawing particles now.
That's beautiful.
So moving forward, on the next slide, we have the settings UI update. This is not something that's been released just yet, but it's getting very, very close to release. So settings UI has been one of the main engineering tasks that's been worked on for past few months. It's in a state where you can use the settings. It's usable. We've reworked all the existing settings onto the new system, and right now we are doing testing with the community who have been sending lots of great feedback to make sure there's nothing broken, and there are still a few things broken, so we're kind of working on those. But essentially it's in a stage where once those bugs are fixed, it's gonna get released to everyone. Once that's released, we can start quickly iterating, adding more new settings. This is gonna include the motion blur, which is something that people have been asking for, but also lots of others. There's gonna be new functionality, for example, being able to search the settings. There's gonna be functions, for configuring lots of different things. One of the big things that was required to get to this stage is building a lot of sort of fundamental systems to be able to do this. Because the way the new settings is made, it's using a system called data feeds. And what this does, it makes it much easier to build those UIs, because previously all of the UI, every single aspect of it was coded. So we had to write code, and there's a very tedious and slow process. So what we wanted to do is sort of build upon the work that's been done for the interface system, which is something you probably have seen used with the video players, with the audio players, and some other interfaces where instead of those being hard-coded, they are actually built in-game, which allows the content team to put a lot of time and a lot of polish into making this look really nice, while we on the engineering side care more about the sort of fundamentals of the system, feeding the system the right data. And the way the new settings work is the content team, they build the individual pieces of it. So for example, we have a setting for a slider. What it allows the content team to do is they make a template just for the slider, and say the sliders, it's contained within something that might have some buttons that have lots of things around it. They build a container separately, and the data feed system, it dynamically kind of composes those together on the fly. So if we add new settings, they are built from the same sort of building blocks, and they get put together, and we essentially don't need to do any additional UI work unless we introduce completely new type of UI. The other benefit of this kind of system is it allows for very quick iteration. So with the testing, we've had community sending lots of different feedback. If you want to see a little bit more, you can go to the announcements in the Discord and check our GitHub discussion. There's lots of great feedback. What will essentially happen as part of the testing is people would have requests, they would have feedback on them, and our content team, specifically IUV in this case, have been able to respond very quickly within even within an hour of a feedback. There will be a new version. We could try what works and what doesn't, and being able to do that quite kind of quick iteration is hugely kind of empowering. There's a little more kind of technical details. If you wanna go through them, you can check also the devlog channel. There's a bunch of samples. There's a bunch of kind of talk that goes in depth into how these systems work, because they're also something that's usable by you, the community. Which also means if you really want you can actually build your own settings with these new systems. You can build your own styling, you can, just customize them or just like rebuild the system in a different way. And I know, a bunch of people have been kind of poking at it, but pretty much the overall goal is make the setting UI much more friendly, much more accessible, make it look much more polished, and also be able to add new features and new settings much faster than we've been able to do before. We should move to the next slide, which is covering the quality of life improvements and updates. There's a few things that have been also added. One of the things we introduced is the protoflag binding generator. This has been requested by the modding community because people want to build their own protoflags nodes. But the problem is, in order for those nodes to be, because protoflags is a separate system from Fruits Engine, those nodes, they need to have bindings. That's sort of a way to tie into Fruits Engine to be usable. And what the binding generator does is it takes the compiled code of the nodes you've made and makes bindings for rather than having to write them manually. So we've made it available on the request, so that should make modding Resonite much easier. We also added can-be grab nodes. This is just a tiny node, but it's very useful because you can essentially query any object in the scene and be like, can this object grab? And it can be useful for stuff like the photo collectors, where you have a tool that collects all the photos in the world, but you don't want to you don't want to rip out photos that glue a wall. So this node can be used to check and is actually be grabbed and can filter those kinds of items. So this is pretty much everything for the small quality improvements. So one of the things of March, we've kind of talked about this on the last recap stream, but at the end of February, the MMC has finished. We have added a MMC 2024 category to our browser to make it easier to browse all the cool submissions that people have made as part of this competition. So moving on, we also have new licensing information on the Resonite webpage. So the important thing to say about this is it doesn't actually change any policy. This is all of the policies regarding licensing and commercial usage of the Resonite have remained the same. The goal of this was to just communicate those existing policies better. So you can go to the Resonite webpage and you can see how can Resonite be used in various commercial or educational scenarios. So another thing, and this one actually Chroma will probably have a lot more to say on, is introducing Botle Nights, which is Botle Nights, which is an upcoming community event hosted by Resonite. We should have the lore, and I'll probably just hand to Chroma to tell us more about it.
Yeah, so it's a bit of WWE meets esports, kind of based around team-based events, some avatar-based character skits, and some other things sandwiched in between. We've been hosting a world periodically the past few weeks, open for people to come stop by, give ideas, just kind of contribute to this event. We are nearing the testing stage of this. We're hoping to start testing some of these systems next week. So if you see the world open, feel free to pop in, give ideas, come help us test out. Hoping to give a solid date for when it's going to happen soon. Do start considering what sort of teams you might want to compete in. We'll have more information shortly.
Well, thank you very much. So I'm pretty excited for this. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I've seen some of the worlds you had the whole you had all these kinds of crazy mechs and kind of other things. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's definitely worth checking out once it comes out.
But thank you again so much for watching today's stream, you guys, for the recap stream. Would you like to take it away, Frooks, before we get this whole entire platform tomatoed?
Yes. Thank you very much for everybody for watching the stream. Thank you very much for listening and supporting the platform, making cool stuff on it. And I hope they can enjoy all the new stuff we've made too. So
Yes, thank you very much for
Order
all that
badge.
support, everyone. And if you're watching this in the realm of YouTube, please click on the subscribe button and the follow and doing all that kind of stuff because it helps more people to see this platform and get more users in here and have more incredible, crazy things happen, such as what's going on in the background. You know, this is fine.
It's fine.
Excellent.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you again. Thank you. Whoa!
I
Oh,
emerged from the
okay, well, we're
fire.
really going now. Bye, everyone.
Oh boy.
See ya.
Being scooped up by the platform.
Here, let me see that blow dryer. We
tool-
gotta get that hair out of Rixis' face. There we go.
Uh,
Okay, we're good.
I can
Excellent.
actually see it.
Now let's teleport to the small teleporter.
Ooh, nice yellow.
Oh,
Now you'll
Iron
notice
Man.
two things.
Oh, I think we're,
Oh my,
I think we're
we're
small.
upside down.
Oh, yeah, we're upside down and we're small.
Also, your heart
How you doing up there?
system, I can
Hello.
hear it even closer.
Yeah.
Definitely check out Botle Nights. You can. Oh,
Oh, nice fire bath.
Oh, I guess
no,
he's
no,
crashing
no,
the
you're on
platform
fire.
into here.
Oh,
oh my god, there's Chroma with Botle Nights behind there.
Roma, what are you
I
I
doing?
should also mention that the vehicle system, if you want to make your own car with it,